API introduction. The last class we discussed API introduction. Same thing I will repeat one more time. API is completely backend testing. API is completely backend testing. See, if you want to do the API testing backend, we have two types of softwares is there. One is the SOAP, second one is the REST. What is the SOAP? SOAP is nothing but a simple object access or application protocol. Okay. API is nothing but application programming interface. If you want to do the backend testing, must and should we need to use two types of software. The first one is the SOAP, second one is the REST. First of all, we need to discuss about SOAP. The SOAP is very popular software once upon a time. This is completely paid version, not a open source. And this is also older version. This is also older version. If you want to do the backend testing by using SOAP, must and should we need to buy the software. I will repeat again. SOAP is a popular software that is one of once upon a time. This is completely paid version, not a open source. If you want to do the backend testing by using SOAP, must and should we need to buy the software. This is we call SOAP. The next one, REST. REST is nothing but a representational state transfer. If you want to do the backend testing, we need to use REST. This is not a paid version. This is completely open source. This is very user friendly. This is very user friendly. Okay. I will repeat one more time. If you want to do the, if we want to do the backend testing, we need to use REST. The REST is nothing but representational state transfer. This is open source, not a paid version. The REST is completely user friendly. The REST is completely user friendly. See, the API is working process. The API is working process. For example, this is the restaurant. This is the restaurant. Okay. This is the restaurant. See, you guys are go to restaurant, customer go to restaurant, and once go to restaurant and you need to provide your expected order to waiter. To waiter. Is it clear or not? Okay. So the customer go to restaurant, he will provide some item, expected items to waiter. The waiter go to kitchen. The waiter go to kitchen, or the waiter provide the order to chef. Okay. Kitchen. Go to kitchen. See, you guys are observe the customer go to restaurant. He will provide the order to waiter. Waiter that order inform to the kitchen. That order inform to the kitchen. The order is ready. The order is ready. Then waiter get the order, the waiter get the order, that order, 1 minute. Okay. See, the customer go to restaurant, provide the order inform to the kitchen people inform to the waiter pick the order and provide to the customer. That is the process if you want to go to the restaurant or anywhere. Is it clear or not? Yeah. Say, coming to the API, this is the customer. For example, user. I am a user. I provide some request. I provide request to API. I provide some request to API. The API inform to the server. The API inform to the server. The server, whatever you provide the request, that related information is there inside of the server. The server provide to the API. The API in the API provide the response to the customer. The API provide the response to the customer. I need to provide the request. For example, folder number 2, how many employees is there? I need that information. I need to provide request. Once I provide the request, the API go to server location. The API will inform to the server folder number 2 how many employees is available. The user is need some response. Please give me the response. The API request to the server. The server immediately filter the page number 2 and provide the data to customer or user. That is we call API. That API process we are unable to find out. That API process we are unable to find out. Why? Because this is not a front end testing, this is a back end testing. This is not a front end testing, this is completely back end testing. Is it clear or not? API working process. Okay. So I will explain one more process, guys. You guys are observe. See guys, this is the make my trip. Make my trip. See, I need to enter from to, okay, from to, and date, and round trip or one way. Round trip or one way. I need to select one way. Okay, see, and I want to select the day after tomorrow, 9th December. Just I want to click on the search. Just I want to click on the search. When I provide the search means when you guys are provide the search, search is nothing but a request. Search means not this one guys. Whenever you click on this one, that is called a request. When you are providing the request, the API receive your request. The API will verify, okay, from Bangalore or Delhi to Bangalore. Okay, one way, not a round trip, one way and a particular date, and hit the search. When I hit the search, that is called a request. I request to API. I request to API. The API get my request. The API get my request. The API will verify. The API will verify what is the request. The time the API get the request, immediately the API provide different servers. Different servers. The day 9th December, how many flights are available? The API inform to the different types of server. As per our expectation, the API will provide first lowest price. The API will provide first lowest price, and after that next. See, we are user able to get the response from API from lowest price. When I provide the request to API, the API will verify what is that request. The request related servers, the API inform to all the servers. The servers, for example, Indigo, in particular day, 9th December, Delhi to Bangalore, any flights is available or not, the Indigo provides some information to API. At the same time, the Air India provides some information to API. The SpiceJet provide to information to API. The API get the all the response from different servers, the response provided to the user. That is our expected. Based on our expected, we are expecting based on the lowest price. First, second, like that. We are able to get the lowest price. See, that is our expected. See, I want to click on the search button. Once I click on the search button, you guys are observe. See, what is the Air India? 11,812. See, based on the lowest price, the API provide the response to user. See, you guys are observe. This is the API working process. You people are able to find internal process. We are unable to find the internal process. We are unable to find the internal process. Why? Because that is completely back-end testing. That is completely back-end testing. It is clear or not? It is clear or not? Any doubt? Yeah. The next one. What is the API? What is the web services? What is the web services and what is the API? All web services are API. If you want to do the backend testing through web services, must and should we need a internet connection. All APIs are not a web services. All APIs are not a web services. If you want to provide the request, not required internet connection. Is it clear or not? APIs, web services and API. All APIs are web services. Don't confuse, okay? And all APIs are, all APIs are not a web services. All APIs are not a web services. All web services are APIs. Is it clear? Is it clear or not? So that is we call API working process. Yes, write down. Don't forget, guys, all APIs are not a web services. All web services are. This question is very, very important. Yeah, write down. API, application programming interface. API heading. This is the API testing. Okay. Yeah. API, application programming interface. Yeah. Write down. If we want to do the backend testing, if we want to do the backend testing, if we want to do the backend testing, we have two types of APIs is there. If we want to do the backend testing, we have two types of APIs is there. Okay. The first one, SOAP. The first one, SOAP. Second one, REST. Yes. SOAP and second one, REST. Put the heading SOAP. Put the heading SOAP. SOAP is nothing but simple object access protocol. Next point. This is completely paid version, not a open source. This is completely paid version, not a open source. Okay. This is the old version. This is the old version and high pricing. This is the old version and high pricing. This is the old version and high pricing. If we want to do the SOAP testing, if we want to do the SOAP testing, there is no any free trial. There is no any free trial. The next one, if we want to do the SOAP testing, there is no any free trial. Next one, REST. REST is nothing but representational state transfer. Rest is nothing but representational state transfer. Next line. This is completely open source. This is completely open source and user friendly. And user friendly. User friendly. This is updated version, not a older. This is updated version, not a older. Okay. Next line. If we have an internet access, if we have an internet access, we are able to do the, we are able to do the, if we have an internet access, we are able to do the API testing by using what? REST. Next one, API heading. Next heading, API working process. API working process. Okay, you guys draw this diagram. You guys draw this diagram. Okay, done now? It is done, guys. Yeah, this one also you guys draw this one. Just rough diagram. You guys draw the rough diagram. Make my trip. Okay, make my trip. Okay. Write down. Once user provide the request, once user provide the request to API, once user provide the request to API, the API go to the server location. The API go to the server location. Okay. Once user provide the request, the API go to the server location. Okay. Next line. Next line. The API, the API, the API get the request related response from server, the request related response from server, server full stop. Next line. The API will provide the response to, the API will provide the response to, the API will provide the response to request. The API will provide the response to request. Okay. Yeah. Next line. What is the difference between web services and APIs? What is the difference between web services and APIs? Okay. What is the difference between web services or API? Put the heading web services. Web services. The web services, the web services is a type of API. The web services is a type of API which is must be accessed through, which is must be accessed through a network connection, network connection, which is must be accessed through a network connection. Okay. Next line. Web services, web services is used to, the web services is to REST, double quote, REST and SOAP communications. The web services used to REST and SOAP communications. REST to web service, both are you need to provide, REST to SOAP, both are you need to provide double quote. The web services used to REST and SOAP communications. Okay. Next one. All web services, all web services are APIs. All web services are APIs. All web services are API. Full stop. Next line. It is does not lightweight. It is does not lightweight design. it is does not lightweight design any type of web services. Means any type of web services, it is not a lightweight design. Okay, it is lightweight, it is does not lightweight design any type of web services. Okay, is it clear or not? That means web service is not a lightweight design. Okay, lightweight design means any web services having different types of elements or different types of modules is there. So that's why the api, the it is not a lightweight design any type of web services. Is it clear? Yeah, put the heading api, web services done, and api. The apis is in the apis communication between the apis communication between one system to another system. The api communication between one system to another system, or one application to another application, one application to another application. The api communication between one application to another application. The apis communication between one application to another application with a standardized manner, with a standardized manner, with a standardized manner. Next line. The api the api is used the api is used any style of communication. The apis is used any style of communication, in bracket REST or SOAP, bracket REST or SOAP. All APIs are not a, yes, all APIs are not a web services. It is a lightweight architecture. That is not a lightweight web services. This is APIs is the lightweight architecture. This is the lightweight architecture. Okay, that is not a lightweight. Which one? Web services. Okay, it is not a lightweight design. It is not a lightweight design any type of web services. It is a lightweight. Okay, it is a lightweight. Okay, the apis is the lightweight architecture. Okay, architecture. This is we call the difference between APIs and web services, and SYAP and REST, and API working process. The next heading, what is the difference between HTTP and HTTPS? What is the difference between HTTP and HTTPS? What is the difference between HTTP and HTTPS? What is the HTTP? What is the HTTP? That's it. HTTPS, service, security. Okay, fine. Very good. Okay, Divya. Okay. What is the HTTP? Hypertext Transfer Protocol. Okay. Hypertext Transfer Protocol. Hypertext Transfer Protocol services or security. Services or security. For example, I need to send a text message, text message or some file. I need to send a text message or some file. Okay. The receiver sender and receiver. Listen carefully. Whenever you send the text message or file, anything, anything, the receiver without making change as it is. Okay. Without making change as it is, whatever you send, the file, the receiver able to receive. Is it clear or not? If you want to provide the HTTP protocol, two people is there. One is the sender, second one is the receiver. I send a mail to particular person. When I send the mail or confidential file to receiver, I sent a confidential file. See, receiver, sender, between there is no APIs or there is no interface. No one is not there. No one is not there. What I was saying, as it is the receiver able to receive. In this process, what is the main disadvantage? I will explain one more time. I am a sender. I send some confidential file to receiver, some person. What I send the file, the receiver, as it is the file, able to access, able to get. In this time, what is the main disadvantage? Huh? It might be chance the hackers able to hack. The, it might be chance the hackers able to hack receiver, sender receiver between some time is there. In this time, the hacker, it might be chances able to hack the file. This is not a secure. This is not a secure. If you want to provide the request, if you want to provide the protocol, yeah, two diagrams you guys are draw. Okay, for this one HTTP, for this one HTTPS. Okay, when you guys are provide the request through HTTPS, I need to send a text or file confidential, and receiver between the file will be convert encrypted format. ఎందుకు సెల్ ఉపయోగిస్తారు క్లాస్ వినకుండా? The sender receiver between the file will be convert encrypted format. Encrypted format. So the time, if you want to get the file receiver, if he want to open the file, must and should we need to provide key or password. Without key, the file is not open. Only the key able to know sender and receiver. The sender will explain, this is your key. If you want to open this file, you need to enter this key, then you are able to open. Is it clear or not? That is the difference between the HTTP and HTTPS. That is the difference between HTTP and HTTPS. If you want to use the HTTPS, the sender receiver between the file or data will be convert encrypted format. If you want to use the HTTP, the sender and receiver between the file is unable to format. It might be chances the hackers able to hack the file. That is the HTTP and HTTPS. It is clear? Yes, Priyanka. Okay. Yes, put the heading. Difference between HTTP and HTTPS. Put the heading HTTP. Put the heading HTTP. Yeah, write down. If we want to send a file or text, if you want to send a file or text any specific person to any specific person, if you want to send a text or file to any specific person through HTTP protocol, through HTTP protocol, comma, the text or file, the text or file, the receiver able to receive the text or file, the receiver able to receive without making change, without making change. Full stop, full stop. In this process, in this process, it might be chances, in this process, it might be chances the hackers able to hack. It might be chances the hackers able to hack. Okay, draw the diagram. Same diagram, you no need to write this one encrypted format and the HTTPS. You no need to write. Next HTTPS replace and HTTPS and remove the might be chances, provide the encrypted format. This is completely backend testing, but we are unable to identify anything backend. So through diagrams, we are able to find out what happened in backend. Yes, next heading HTTPS. Okay, write down. If you want to send a file or text to any specific person, if you want to send a file or text to any specific person through HTTPS protocol, through HTTPS protocol, the file will be the file will be convert encrypted format. The file will be converted encrypted format The file will be converted encrypted format sender comma receiver between sender comma receiver between full stop. This type of file or text the hackers unable to hack. The hackers unable to hack. Why? Because this is the secured. Why? Because this is the secured. Full stop. Next line. If we want to open the type of file, if we want to open the type of file, if we want to open the type of file, user need to provide passcode. User need to provide passcode. Then he is able to access. Then the user need to provide passcode. Then he is able to access. He is able to access. Full stop. Done. Next one. Next. Listen. Stop the writing. Listen. The difference between URLs. URLs. There are a different types of URLs is there. What is the URL? What is the URL? URL అంటే కూడా తెలియదా? Every time you are calling URL, minimum knowledge that is URL. User uniform resource locator. Uniform resource locator. There are a different types of URLs is there. The first one URL, second one URN, third one URI. It is very, very important types of URLs. URL, URN, URI. Uniform resource locator, uniform resource name, uniform resource identifiers. Okay? Uniform resource identifier. You know, guys, what is the URL? Okay? And uniform resource identifier. Uniform resource identifier. There are three types. The first one, domain path. Second one, path parameter. Third one, query parameter. It is very, very important. Types of URLs. How many types? Three. First one, uniform resource locator. Second one, uniform resource name. Third one, uniform resource identifier. The uniform resource identifier three types. Domain path. Second one, path parameter. Third one, query parameter. Query parameter. Is it clear? Is it clear or not? Yeah. how you guys are able to divide the URI? How you guys are divide the URI? One website. Okay. Yes. REQRES. Screen is visible clearly. Small font size, huh? Um, Now it is clear. Clear, huh? Okay. See, guys, you guys are observed clearly. Okay. This is we call URI. This is we call URI. This is the domain path up to .in. Domain means application project. Domain knowledge. Application. So .in up to .in domain path. API user, that is the path location. This is the path parameter. Question mark. And page number 2, how much of data is there? That is query parameter. See, guys, you guys are observed. In this application, listen carefully. In this application, in API, one folder is there in this application. In API folder, user one folder is there. On this user folder, total some pages is there. In out of, for example, 10 pages, second page, how much of data is there? It is clear or not? That is we call URI. That is we call URI. This is the, what is this one? What is this one? Huh? Domain path. What is this one? That's why I'm changing the colors. What is that one? Very good. What is that one? Query parameter. Complete. This is what we call. Very good. The next one. This is the URL This is the URL. This is the endpoint. This is the URL. This is the endpoint. Path parameter, query parameter include endpoint. That is the URL. .in is the URL. And API slash user question mark page equal to 2 is the endpoint. Endpoint. Okay. See, you guys are observe here. See, this is the URL. Clear? This is the URL. And this is the endpoint. This is the endpoint. Okay, is it clear or not? Okay? Yeah, write down. Types of URLs. Types of URLs. There are a different types is there in API. There are a different types is there in API. Okay. The first one, URL, one by one, one by one. URL, hyphen, you guys are write down stands, URL stands. Uniform resource locator. Next one, URN, hyphen, uniform resource name. Next one, URI. Second one, URN, uniform resource name. Third one, URI, uniform resource identifier. Okay, done now? Yeah. Put the heading URI. There are three types is there in URI. There are three types is there in URI. The first one, what is that one? Second one, path parameter, domain path, path parameter. Third one, query parameter. Yes. Write down this URL. This URL you guys are write down. You guys are put the space. Okay. You guys are write the URL and round and then provide the name. HTTPS :/requery.in/API.API/users question mark page equal to 2. Domain path. Second one, path parameter. Third one, query parameter. Okay, now next one. Next same URL you can draw. The first one is the URL. Second one is the endpoint. Same URL you can draw. First one is the URL, second one is the endpoint. Okay, done. Yeah, next heading. Next, write down. If we want to do the API testing, we need to install below softwares. If we want to do the API testing, we need to install below software. First one, Postman. Second one, if we want to do the API testing, we need to install below software. First one, Postman. Second one, Node.js. First one, Postman. Second one, Node.js. Okay, done. See guys, you guys are observe. First I need to install the Postman. Not load. Nod. Yes. .js. Postman. And you need to enter the Postman download. Click on download Postman. Once you guys are click on the Postman download, Windows 64-bit is there. It is very easy process. Need to install the Postman software. And click on here. Yeah, the software is downloaded.